This is my lovely care package from the Float Life. Inside here is this very important thing right here. I'm just kidding. We have a GT toolkit for disassembling my favorite one wheel. What is this? What we have here is a selection of tools. Hey, I have this one. And a nice baggie of, oh shit. Leave that right there. Okay. We have a selection of different tools. It looks like I have 2 of these massive Hex Plus, or Torx Plus, I think they're called, or something. But anyway, just a nice selection of tools that I'm gonna need to take apart the Onewheel GT. Wonder, is this the, oh yeah, we still got the Penelope bit. This is a Penelope bit. This is a hex. I'm curious what the hex is used for. Because in a pint, I don't think there's any hex in there. The sole reason I bought that is because I've got a special board here. So I absolutely love the Onewheel GT. It's an overheating, anti-right to repair mess of a machine with the same specs in the motor as a one-wheel pint. So for $2,200, you get a whole load of, well, I don't really know what they did, honestly. They put a fancy shell around the motor, warrants a new type of tire that no one makes, with less sidewall because that's awesome, and it's proprietary, and you know, that's wonderful. We all need that. And the motor is the exact same size, on the inside anyway, as the pint. So no, there's no different magnets. Tony already debunked that. Thanks, Tony. There's no special magnets. There's no special sauce. Like, there's no special sauce like the Superflux. It overheats more because, well, I mean, look at the length of that axle. And look at these rails. Notice these rails are like powder coated and completely enclosed in plastic. You're not gonna remove heat from that very effectively at all. But this is not a normal GT, this is a VESC'ed GT, which makes it a million times better. The only problem is this is not mine. Trust me, I'd love to have this board, but I'm actually just looking over it for a friend of mine because he's worried about, well, the battery, and let me show you why. I don't know if you can hear this. Actually, you can't. Well, I'm not gonna see it, but you'll hear it. Okay, listen to this. Maybe a bad demo, but yeah, I don't know. The whole table is shaking, so that's not a great test. But anyway, the battery inside the back, we suspect, is just bouncing around because he didn't actually make this. I didn't make it either. He bought it from someone who put this machine together, and he just wants me to look over it, see, you know, what on earth our friend did. So I'm just gonna rip this thing apart and give you my raw impression on, you know, what we've got going on. So as far as I can tell, or what I've been told, is that this has a little Fokker. I don't know if it's a V3.1 or 3. I think it's a 3.1. It's got a 20S battery in it with 18650s. I don't think it's a 21700 cell format. It's probably the Moly Cell P28As. I think it's from a battery builder. Probably, I think it's a Z battery, but it might be a Mario battery. I don't really know, but we're gonna find out and see what kind of fancy stickers on the battery. And so I've actually never disassembled a GT before. I've actually, yeah, I've barely ever, well, I mean, I've ridden one. I've ridden GTs or tested GTs more than XRs, at least that aren't VESC'ed, but this is gonna be a completely new thing for me. It's really just gonna be like disassembling a massive pint. Also, hey, that's awesome. Okay, one of the first things I noticed is that taking this off does not require you to bend out these side deletes. The delete part. On the pint, they're so narrow, you don't have any play here, so you have to like kind of bend it around, and that's not awesome. I'll give them props. That's much better fitment. This tire is, I believe, a stock slick, not the special new compounded one. This really is just a, oh. What is that? What am I looking at? I did not notice this before. Of course it was covered, but I get a closer look here. There is some curious looking glue. Some glue. Fascinating. I wonder what he did. Okay. So that's something. That's some new GT build quality I've never seen before. I'm just kidding. Backside we've got, ooh, look at that, missing screw. Wonderful. Handle, envy that. I want a handle. X2 or 2X of these. I don't see where those screws are. Is it up here? They're labeling their screws only here. Oh, X. Okay, this is 4X, so there's 4 here and only 2 here. Well, I see 4 because there's 4. I guess technically those would go to the foot pad. Maybe they don't include those in their count for some reason, but I mean, thank you so much, but I can see just fine. Same length as the fender ones. I think these are all M5, which is nice. Have lots of those. So as far as I can tell, this VESC does work. It does function, but we're just worried about the build quality, as we always are. I mean, honestly, if you were to buy just a VESC build from someone, how could you... Whoa. That was a terrible noise. Sounded kind of funny though. But anyway, yeah, I don't know any sane person who would buy a VESC build from someone who isn't reputable. Like myself, it's always nice to just know what's going on inside. And I really want to know what's going on in this corner, actually. Looks like, oh, that was not, I just rolled that off with my finger. Okay, mine. Same connector as the pint. Oh, I like how they have a channel here. And that this is all raised. Oh, I guess it's raised because of the lid. Damn, that is huge. I'm just having such a hard time looking at this because it's literally just a big pint. So I wonder if Future Motion has been doing anything since they... Oh, hey look, another missing screw. That was not me. Okay, let's carefully just kind of remove all of these. Let's see what is inside. Oh, the O-ring is coming off with the lid. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Huh. Okay. Removable. Yeah, okay. XT60 going into the Fokker as usual. Oh, he's got a subplate going on. Oh, that's interesting. Wait. He's bolted the Fokker on with 2 screws. With washers, that's good. So we've got plastic washers, so it's not going to get damaged or anything. God, you know, I look at this and I don't know, man. It's kind of what we're looking at. Some points of interest. Again, those screws. Only 2 screws there and there. And the plate is, I don't know what it's, it looks like aluminum. He's had to be a little creative with his spacers. Let's see. Drilled a hole. Another little gash out there. What's that? I see the thermal pad. Okay, so we got some dirt. We have some dirt. Don't know where that came from, but that's fine. The switch looks like, what the f, dude? Crusty. I wonder if I should conformal coat this Fokker. Maybe. But we've just got, you know, unmanaged cables and oh my god. Yikes, dude. I mean, huh. Oh, those aren't crimped at all. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna pull that out. Actually, well, let me discharge this. Unplug this. So we're gonna wait just a few seconds. I am looking at those. So that is the switch, I believe. There's a switch, and then we've got 5 volts, and I think there's a ground in there. So this is all for the switch, and I control that light. And the crimp job is not amazing. Let me pull this out. Oh yeah. Look at this. I'm gonna just, oh, that's so close. I need to get a better look. That is not good. Get a nice picture. Yeah, you can kind of see it like that. They're like barely crimped, and I'm not able to pull them out yet, but they're like, there's a lot of shit showing. Can I wiggle that? I'm like not convinced that that's in there enough. And I will absolutely redo that, because this is what is Well, I mean, it's part of what keeps you on. If these disconnected, I guess fair enough, the flocker would want to stay on because the switch is inverted, which is smart, that's fine. But this is not. That is barely even an excuse to allow this kind of stuff. Okay, maybe, is it cringe? I think it is. It's just that the sheathing is supposed to not be this far out of the thing. What is this cable solution? I'm just so curious. Like, what is going on here? What is this section? Is this a removable system? What is this? Oh shit! Wow, I've never seen that. So he's got these like weird push composite connectors, and he's completely axed the stock GT connector. That's interesting. I mean, it looks reliable. That's fine. I'm not exactly thrilled that I just pulled that apart, but in theory, it's being pushed together, so I'm not too against that. I don't like how this hot glue indicates that there's probably a gnarly looking solder job over there, and it looks like there's another removable one for the phase, and he also ran all 3 phase wires through here. Oh, is that an MT60? Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so he's just got a standard plug on there, all just, you know, what do you call it, friction fit, all friction fit cables, but they have electrical grease, which is definitely going to help. I don't know how many miles he's got on this thing, but I feel like there's a reason why he wanted to sell it. That's fine. I mean, this is not the sketchiest thing. It's certainly an interesting way to do it. If it were me, I would personally extend, like, I'd get more motor composite cable and extend it so that it just went in and not deal with this like double, like dual connector thing. Like, I mean, if you want to have your motor removable without having to go into the box, that's fine. But if it were me, because I know how to build it, I would just open the box and then disconnect it from here, which I assume, yes, he's got these bullet connectors here. So if it were me, I'd just remove the amount of connection points. I think that would make it much more ideal. And this gland looks like it fits okay. Did he not put a O-ring gasket, flat washer, rubber washer? Supposed to be one here, but it feels kind of like it's not. Is that not sealing? Pull this through, see what's going on. Okay, so no. There's no rubber O-ring here, and this nut's upside down. Here's the interface for the gland. There's no rubber O-ring there. So I'm not completely against the use of this method because it makes some sense, but just, man, it looks ugly. I think now is where I have to brave the axle bolts. I'm not excited because these look already stripped a bit. They've been chewed up a little bit, probably because someone used the wrong tool. So if you're not aware, these are not Torx. I repeat, these are not Torx. These are Torx Plus. Different standard, completely different pattern. So they look like this. They have much wider lobes right on there. I don't know if that's what it is. IP45. I think that's labeled how it should be. Torx Plus 45 or something. Let's see if I strip these out or not. I spin it this way, counterclockwise. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. They are not even tightened down that much, except for this one. Let's see. Push in. Okay. Yep. Okay. So he's smart and didn't torque these down super hard, and they've stayed, you know, I don't think they're rattling. I didn't notice any weirdness when I was riding it. Oh my god. What the did he fill them with grease? Wow, those are nasty. Why? Is this in an attempt to fight the thread locker? Why? How did you do that? What is this? Does anyone know what that is? It almost looks like, wait a minute. Oh shit, it's thermal paste, isn't it? This is old, this is crusty thermal paste mixed with thread locker. Look at that screw. So he must have, or I assume he had heat issues when he assembled it, because, you know, with VESC, you can push the amps a lot harder, you can get a lot more torque out of it, but that always comes at a cost of increased thermals, especially with these GT hypercores that can't dissipate heat. He did that because he couldn't because he was overheating, I guess. So going in further, gotta take these out. Everything's worn out a little bit, so the screws they want to stay in the hole. It's nice though. I've only had one size of these so far. I wonder if they use a long one here. Nope. Okay. So they've ditched that massive long M4. They don't have one that just goes all the way across. Oh my god, okay, that just like that almost launched into an open shell of another Onewheel. Got working on the floor. So this is nice. I like how the GT battery box does not protrude below the rails. So that's protection for the battery, and that's nice. Again, a big pint. It's a big pint. Big honking piece of aluminum. Holy. It's got these interesting angles on the side. Why? I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Do they interface with this? Oh yeah, look at that. They interface with, there's a section up here. I don't know if you can tell. It actually is like in this channel. And what is this? Heat sink? It does the BMS. I wonder if the BMS actually interacts with this. This feels like a pretty interesting platform to build in too, actually. I'm like, yeah, the XR platform is really good, but you do get a lot of space with this one. That is indeed thermal paste. So he not only brushed the paint off and coated it in thermal grease and got it really sandy. It's got to be some like generic Arctic silver or something. I'll certainly reapply something for it. If you're not trying to separate. Yeah, just gooped up there. Jeez. Okay, that is removed. One thing, Float Life, that you didn't get, apparently, is that I need more length. Okay though, I bought a pint kit from, I think, Craft and Ride a little while ago, which has a correctly sized pentalope bit, which you can actually reach down there. So take note of that, please, and include a long one. There's a pretty significant difference between these two, and you can probably understand why this one does not work. I need to be able to access this. Are these different? Wait a minute. There are differing sizes. Why? Wait, there's 3 different. Oh no, okay, so. What? Wait a minute. Oh, cause look at this. Okay, wait. I understand. So you can see, there's like different sizes of screws. So I'm assuming the yellow ones are for the battery case, but the blue ones I think are for the controller. So not only did he lost 2 of the big ones, but he substituted one of them with a controller box screw, which is probably where this one is. So I'm gonna make sure that I figure out how to replace that, but let's see what's going on inside, shall we? Big reveal. Big reveal. This is what I wanted to see. Whoa. Well, I guess I don't need to like foam it anymore. Dude, imagine having this much space in your battery box. Hey, it's a Z battery. Oh my god. And I know exactly why it's rattling. There's nothing here. So he heavily foamed up this side and the top. How about the bottom though? I don't think the bottom is foamed. Anyway, yeah, this no diode, which is fine, because you can charging this at 6 amps. I would be a bit sketched out with a diode. I didn't actually include one of my own, but I have an X light, so it shuts off. What am I even looking at? Is this a double? Is there like a double connector here? So we can unplug this and then unplug this. What is this for? Oh, he's switching the. Oh, right. Again, followed my advice. If the red goes to the red, you're good. You're good. Just follow. It's the color coding is correct. The connector's wrong. Ignore the connector. The color code is right. This is just this flips it around. Flat side up here on this side, and then it goes to the non-flat side. Anyway, let's keep going. Got balance leads. I do have a ZBMS. I got a ZBMS. Yeah, you can see this is what we've been observing. It rattling around. Pull it up by its connector, the safest way. I see that this is causing rubbing. I think that's from the battery, right? Oh, yep. Buddy. Yeah, that's no joke. Oh my god. Okay, so insufficiently packaged battery. That was right. Yep. Config 20S2P of the P28As. Beautiful. Beautiful work. Holy shit. Do you see how that is like working? Like I of course wish that these didn't have to like overlap, but at least I can even see that there's just a thing of fish paper separating the two halves there. So they're not actually like really that overlapped. And then you get like, you know, one side comes out here, the other is like under it, but it's like separated by, yeah, this is beautiful. Joe, you are an artist, my guy. What is this? Is that a piece of metal? That thing, what is this? That is shiny though. That is indeed a piece of metal. Okay, do you see? What is that? What the fuck? I just took it out. It's somewhere down there, but I just got a little rock, a little metal thing digging into the battery. I kind of wish that he left the GT stock lights in here. I could have actually probably used those. At least powered up like the reds in the back and the whites in the front. WLED to control them. The guy doesn't really, he says he doesn't ride around at night very much, but I mean, everyone wants headlights. Headlights are very important in my humble opinion. I've got some of this black EVA. It has more of a dampening effect, I think, than this. This is springy. This dampens. So if I just get a layer on the bottom, a layer on the top, and then fill the sides. I have no idea why this side was not, there's no foam at all. I could even wrap this around up to the sides. That could be interesting. Completely covered in foam. So that's wonderful. So that'll help protect it against shocks. So cables coming out of here is fine. Have it around there maybe. I want one layer of foam across here. I don't know if that was there before. I'm just thinking because I want a piece to be angled in like this. That would be this piece right here. So this will separate the wires from the battery, which makes me feel better. I'm gonna cut a little angle, cut an angle like this, and there we go. Slam up against that. Okay. Dude, please, these cables, they feel terrible. Don't like it. It was at this moment where I felt like I really needed to go to bed. I think it was like 3 a.m. at night and I was not feeling it, so I'm gonna leave the next part for later. Yep, okay, so anyway, goodbye.